Have you ever opened your fridge, stared at the empty shelves, and thought, this is it, God has abandoned me? I've been there, though in my case, the crisis usually comes when I'm out of coffee. It's sad how much our joy and sanity can depend on what's in stock. Well, listen to these words from the prophet Habakkuk. It comes from Habakkuk 3, verses 17 to 18. Though the fig tree should not blossom, nor fruit be on the vines, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will take joy in the God of my salvation. How can he say that? Habakkuk's world was falling apart. No crops, no cattle, no visible hope. Everywhere he turned, he saw injustice, despite God being just. That's why the entire book of Habakkuk is based on the prophet's argument with God. Yet, he dared to say, still I will rejoice. That's not naive optimism, that's defiant joy. So how did Habakkuk have this defiant joy? Research from Harvard's study of adult development shows that joy and resilience don't hinge on possessions or success, but on meaning and connection. In addition, psychologist Martin Seligman, the father of positive psychology, found that people who focus on gratitude and purpose report higher levels of well-being, even in hardship. Habakkuk was onto something long before the research caught up. So how did Habakkuk have this defiant joy? By choosing to trust God's goodness, even when the evidence is missing. Joy, rooted in God, not circumstances, is the most stable form of joy there is. That's why Habakkuk writes, though the fig tree should not blossom, nor fruit be on the vines, yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will take joy in the God of my salvation. How did Habakkuk discover joy and do it without coffee, Wi-Fi, or a single bloomin' fig? By realizing defiant joy isn't denying hardship, but declaring God's goodness in the face of it. The poet Rainier Maria Rilke wrote, let everything happen to you, beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final. Habakkuk's words echo this truth. He doesn't deny the famine or oppression or scarcity. He simply refuses to let them have the last word and rejoices by declaring God's goodness. You see, joy isn't found by pretending everything's fine. It's found by remembering that even in emptiness, God still fills you up. So, what would it take for us to live that way? To say, even if the job doesn't come through, even if the diagnosis doesn't change, even if the relationship is over, yet I will rejoice in God. That's not denial. That's defiant joy amid scarcity. Staking your joy in something no circumstance can uproot. So, when you go about your day, ask, how can my joy be an act of faith, not a product of plenty? That's defiant joy. And amid scarcity, God wants to fill you with joy. Can you turn to Him?